Sometimes when you are diligently searching for something or wanting something to occur, you won't be able to find it. Sometime, when you are not looking for something, the information just falls out of the sky. I spent the last week reading an old book. I was certain that this book was going to give me some clues to our search for Tontonteac. However, after finishing the book, I was given nothing of interest to our search. I sat down to watch a YouTube video, and then something else happened where I was unable to finish the video. Several videos played in the meantime while I was doing other things. Eventually, I sat down and I found myself staring at this screen. A video entitled "Of Noble Kings Descended" by a channel called Old Pueblo Archeology Center. Welcome back to In Search of Tontonteac. And wow, what a fascinating video. This graphic seems to make the claim that the Hohokam was indeed the Tontonteac. It also seems to make the claim that the Hohokam cities of Snaketown and Casa Grande were apparently large cities of this nation. The video really was about the Anasazi and the Aztec, and how the Anasazi, who we know were made up of several tribes, eventually morphed into the Aztec. Stephen Lexon makes the claim that Chaco Canyon was the first home of the Aztec, eventually moving south into Mexico to Paquime, which was the second home of the Aztec, and eventually moving even further south. The claim that the Hohokam were the Tontonteac is a big deal because it connects Snaketown and Casa Grande to a larger, organized civilization, rather than the fragmented cultures mainstream history usually portrays. If true, it strengthens the idea that the Southwest was far more advanced and interconnected than we're led to believe. I did reach out to Dr. Stephen Lexon to get some better information that pertains more to our research. I highly recommend checking out their channel. They have quite a bit on the Pueblo peoples. Dr. Lexon has a much better understanding of Adolphe Bandelier and addresses this in his video. Even him, a mainstream researcher and archaeologist, admits what I was claiming before in the Pueblo episode about Bandelier and his connection to anthropology. Looking at their map, it shows Cibola and Tusayan in the Arizona region. Cibola has on the eastern side of the state, kind of close to the location I was suggesting would be close to the Zuni and the Hopi. The first, second, and third mesas of Arizona are very intriguing sites. The first mesa consists of Walpi, Sikomovi, and Tiwa. The second mesa consisted of Sipolovi, Mishongnovi, and Shongopavi. The third mesa is where Oraibi, Hautevilla, Bakavi, and Kaikotsmovi. Most of these pueblos have remained off-limits to the general public. I believe Walpi is only Hopi Pueblo allowed to be visited, but most of them remained closed. This would put Cibola in the area around the Hopi and the Zuni, just as the 1756 Miera map suggested. I think it's interesting how these pieces of history we have used have continued to show us the way. The old Pueblo Archeology Center map also depicts Tusayan. I was really pushing for Cibola to be Casa Grande, but I think his makes potentially a lot of sense. What if Casa Grande was once called Abacu or Abacus, and then it was changed to Granada or Grande? Tusayan is most commonly thought to be a separate location than the city of Tontonteac. However, some researchers have speculated that they are one and the same. The Tusayan ruins, an 800-year-old Pueblo Indian site, is located within Grand Canyon National Park. The pieces are starting to fit together. Tontonteac, Cibola, and Tusayan, locations once thought separate or lost to time, may be far more connected than we ever imagined. The Hohokam, the Hopi, the Aztec, and others may have shared a much deeper, intertwined history in the American Southwest, hidden in plain sight. These are not just places on a map. They are keys to understanding a past that has been carefully obscured. So, as we continue with the search of Tontonteac, I leave you with this. Are we ready to uncover what's been hidden for so long? And more importantly, what will it mean when the truth finally comes to light? The journey is far from over. Until then, remember, the past is never truly lost. Sometimes you just have to look in the right places.